Blackstone Audio presents The Tycoons, How Andrew Carnegie, John D. Rockefeller, Jay Gould, and J.P. Morgan Invented the American Supereconomy by Charles R. Morris. To Leo, for freely sharing his extensive knowledge of railroad technology. Preface. There are no official league tables for most powerful country, but by about 1895, America had clearly outdistanced the pack. Few people recognized it at the time. British officials were merely annoyed in 1899 when they realized that they would have to finance their Boer War in America. Just a dozen or so years later, however, the British were in a near panic at the possibility that America might put its financial weight behind Germany. America was not only the most populous of industrial countries, but the richest by any standard. Per capita income, natural resource endowment, industrial production, the value of its farmlands and factories. It dominated world markets, not just in steel and oil, but in wheat and cotton. It ran huge trade surpluses in goods and was gaining preeminence in financial services. Its people were the most mobile, the most productive, the most inventive, and, on average, the best educated. It did not have much to say for itself in literature and the arts, but that time would come. Nor did it have the biggest army, nor nearly the biggest navy. But no thinking person doubted those deficiencies could be remedied with but a few years' attention. Attentive European elites were shocked as they came to understand the scale and speed of America's ascendancy. Hardly 3 decades before, America was still torn and bleeding from a savage civil war, making its living exporting raw cotton, grain, and timber in exchange for Europe's surplus manufactures. The sustained American growth spurt was the fastest in history, at least until the Pacific Rim countries made their run for daylight a century later. The Tycoons is the story of that leap, told primarily through the lens of a handful of extraordinary men who stood in the vanguard of the surge. But while great men can dominate historical epochs, they are never the whole story. The America of the Tycoons really was different from all other countries. Their stories are, therefore, interleaved with an account of the characteristics of America and its people.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?